You getting ready to go? Sweet. I was like, we had literally had no food in our pantry. I was like, can I have like a soy sauce tortilla? Like that's not a thing. Like what can I make that works?
I promise there's nothing that kills, and you know I love you, but I'm not afraid.
So I was adopted when I was 4 months old, and so I was born in a small town called Busan outside of Seoul. So what we can learn from like the adoption papers is that the family that I came from they were coal miners, and they had 5 other daughters. I had a Mexican grandmother. When we learned to make tortillas, she taught me how to make tortillas. She would come over and we'd make like beans and enchiladas, and it was like growing up as a Mexican child, right? It was a weird childhood because I felt like I was Mexican also. So I'm like, what am I? A Mexican white Asian? I'm like a sushi burrito, like sushi burrito. No, it's just a weird feeling because when you meet someone, they immediately make a judgment based on your face, how you're dressed, how you speak. And I think a lot of people, when you see an Asian woman, you're like, oh, passive, dismissive, she'll do anything I want. She's just gonna be this chirpy little girl from Asia. I don't know. I just find it so hard to keep trying to reassert myself as like who I really am versus what I look like. So I have a brother. His name is Justin. He just turned 34, and he was adopted when he was 4 months old and lives in Yakima close to my parents, a mile away. Like, my brother is wonderful. He's like the biggest heart, the nicest guy. But I definitely think that being an Asian male is so much harder in today's society. I think that for him, it was a lot harder for him to like fully develop his personality because he was a small Asian kid in a sea of like white cornbread fed humongous football players, right? So he's had a harder time. To a degree, people that want to adopt foreign kids, they see him as a commodity, right? Like, let me just buy this Korean little package because I'm childless and this is what I want to do. I want to be a parent, so I'm going to raise them. And, you know, to me, it's a selfish thing. To me, it's a selfish thing when like a white family adopts a black child. I'm like, you have no idea what it takes to raise a black child. But looking at their intentions, I'm like, but you want to give a child a home. It's such a gray area, right? But I grew up in a white town that was like half Mexican, but as I was growing up, it was mostly white. And it was really difficult for me because you don't really, for a while, and I'm still like trying to transition through this, like seeing an Asian face is foreign to me. It was all I saw were white faces. And there were a couple of Asian people around town. And when I was younger, I would just like stare at them. I'm like, oh my God, that's what an Asian person looks like. Even when I look in the mirror, like I'm me. But I don't know, it's almost like a twisted version of body dysmorphic disorder. Because I don't know, I see white people as the norm. And that could be like what's on TV, like what the media has given us. But on the whole, I'm like, I think I see myself as a white person. I have waves of like wanting to meet them and not wanting to meet them. I don't know. Like, I know I'm 30. I know that if I want to do it in my life, time is running out for them. Is it worth it? That's what it comes down to. Is it worth it?